Stand by. And away they go. Harbour and Crested at Tigray, a little bit slow into stride, along with Travelling Mullins, they the last trio. Admiral Codrington with the red cap is right there, but Flying Fellow looks to challenge for that early lead. Knights in White Saturn, Mojo G gets perfectly poised at the rail from a neat barrier. Caladars just in behind these runners, then comes Craftsman. Nightlock. At this stage, Grafton's got a shadow roll, 7 lengths off the leaders. He settled beautifully with those blinkers on, gives this leader a 7-length start as they make their way towards the 800-meter peg. 2 lengths away, Harbour. Then comes Gold Saint. They're now 11, 12 lengths off the leaders. Travelling Mullins in behind these. As for Crested de Tigray is last and 13 lengths off them. Admiral Codrington very green around the turn. Brought them for home a length and a half. Flying Fellow second. 2 lengths away, Mojo G. Towards the outside, Craftsman. Look at Grafton. Just been sat on a confident ride. About an angle to the stand side. Yellow sleeves and black cap. 4 lengths to make up. At the meantime, Flying Fellow comes into the lead. Craftsman to the inside. Grafton on the stand side. Slowly but surely starts to warm up. Flying Fellow, but here comes Grafton on the outside. Flying Fellow looks to dig down the last 100. Grafton's grabbing stride for stride though. And Grafton now puts his head in front from Flying Fellow. Grafton goes on to beat Flying Fellow. Crested at Tigray took off late for third. And behind these came Harbour. So number 1, Grafton. Stuart Randolph was posing coming to the 400. He was just sitting as still as a statue, waiting to make his move. And when he hooked Grafton around, he slowly but surely started to reel in Flying Fellow. Flying Fellow did not give it in coming to the 200, but Grafton just a little bit stronger on the day. The blinkers on. This is for the Marcus Stable, a son of National Assembly. He travelled well down the lane and eventually got his head in front with about 100 meters to go, and then fights on to beat Flying Fellow. You got to like this run from Crested at Tigray. Came on nicely in the latter stages. Harbour behind these and Craftsman. 300 to go, and Grafton on the left-hand side was poised to challenge. Flying Fellow had first run on them, but Stuart Randolph was now asking Grafton for maximum coming to the 200. Gets the sabre in the right hand. He gets up to Flying Fellow for a stride or two. They go hammer and tong, but Grafton just goes through at that effort, and he maintains at that last 50 meters. This is for Mrs. Bridget Oppenheimer, bred by Maritzfontein Stud, and number 1, Grafton to the winner's enclosure. Stuart Randolph with those blinkers on as we hand you back to the studio.